Hey, kia ora, Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from Sun City in Arizona. Hope you're all having a super fantastic, sparkling start to your Serenity Sunday. Well, our Serenity Sunday started a lot earlier than I anticipated. I was not planning the start that we got this morning. Around 4:30 this morning, we had helicopters doing a grid search overhead of the campground and the surrounding area. Not sure what they were looking for, who they were looking for, or anything, but there was a lot of helicopters around for about 30 minutes. So that was our start to the day, and I was sort of like, screw this, I'm going back to sleep. And I normally, because between 4:30 and 5 o'clock is when I normally wake up anyway, and to try and go back to sleep at that point in time can be a challenge since it's my normal wake up time. But I thought, I'm going to take a nap. So I used the terminology of I'm taking a nap to help me go back to sleep. And I got about another hour and a half, I think it was. Yeah, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 6:30. And actually, I got 2 hours because I woke up just before 7. So it worked. I got back to sleep for a little bit and then woke up and then had a nice lazy start and came out and had breakfast and got ready to go take Zeffy for a walk. We got back a few minutes ago, and then I thought, what shall we do today? Let's get out of the RV and go and explore. So I was thinking about what we could do for Serenity Sundays and different ways that we could unplug and relax. So as soon as I finish this call here, as soon as I finish my Facebook Live, the next thing I am going to do is I am going to prep for the upcoming week. I'm going to make sure my calendar is up to date. I'm going to go through my little bits of Post-it notes and see what needs to be put in there, what I need to schedule in there, including my writing time, so I can get my flash fiction done for Friday morning's call. So yes, I'm going to be planning out my week. Then we're going to pack a picnic, or pack some food anyway. It may not be a picnic, we're just going to pack some food. And we're going to go and hit the road. Where are we going to go? No idea, but we're staying off the interstates. So this is the really cool part about going for a Sunday drive, is just get a cooler, throw some food and drink into it. Make sure you got some stuff for the pup if you're taking animals with you. Make sure you got the kids' snacks and the bottles and all of that sort of stuff if you're taking the babies with you. And just go for a Sunday drive off the interstate. Get out of suburbia, get out of the town, out of the city, and drive on roads off the interstate. Because you'll be amazed at what you can find. You can find these really cool little towns. You can find some that have really cool little antique stores, or as I call them, antiques. You can find some cute little stores and things. You can find some great eating places, some great ice cream places that way as well. But you can just find some really cool little places that you can stop and explore along the way, or think, oh, I'd like to explore that, but you may not have time that day to do it. So put it down. And I always keep a notebook with me. Write down the place where it was, so you can think, that might take a little longer than what I planned today, and do they allow pets in there? And so I'm going to be having my notebook I always have a notebook with me anyway. So I will have my notebook and pen with me, and I'm just going to jot down some places that we can plan to go back and spend a day at, exploring a little more time than what we want. But today it's just going to get out, explore the area, off the interstate, out of suburbia, so that we're kind of out in the country a little bit, go a little rural. And then we can just find places to pull over and stop and that sort of thing. And and then we may, I'm definitely going to I'll have my phone with me, so I'll have a Kindle with me anyway, because on my phone I have my Kindle app, so I can do that. But one thing I can do when driving along is I can be listening to books as well. So I can be listening to my biographies, my autobiographies, and I can be listening to my novels. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, I'm in the middle of a Grey Man book right now. We can find somewhere to stop and pull over and just hang out and let Zeffy run a little bit, and maybe we'll find some dog parks today. You could also be adventurous. You could go like kayaking or canoeing, or go down to a lake where they have those little pedal boat things. Go rock climbing, go hiking, go fishing. There's all sorts of things that you could be doing today that's outdoors. Try and get outdoors today and do something outdoorsy if the weather allows. I mean, even if it's raining, go outside and dance in the rain just for a couple of minutes. You'd be surprised at how revitalizing that is and how refreshing that is. If you've got snow, go make. I have a friend. Okay, I've got to tell you about my friend Terza. So my friend Terza, she is this incredible artist. She makes the most beautiful stuff, and I don't have my shoes and boots here with me, but she makes these amazing patterns and stuff that she can then have printed onto fabrics that make shirts and tunics and leggings and shoes and boots. They can be put onto curtains and cushions, anything made with fabric. She could probably put a design on it. But what she did the other day is that she lives in Colorado Springs, and they had a little bit of snow. It wasn't a lot of snow, but they had enough where she just decided to go do something fun, and it looked really cool. It looked like so much fun. But she laid down in the little bit of snow that they had, which I think was probably about an inch, made a snow angel, got up, picked up her wacky watercolor stuff that she uses, and sprinkled it over the snow angel that she had made in the snow with these different colors. And it looked amazing. And it was just one of those spur of the moment things. So let's go try this and see if it works. And it turned out really cool. And I thought, what an awesome idea. And then she was able to make this temporary art piece of art. And it took her just a few minutes to do it. And I thought that is such a creative idea. So find creative ways to enjoy the day. Go visit family and friends is another good thing that you could be doing today. Anything that gets you out of the house. If you have to stay in the house, find ways to relax, unplug. You know, I'm a big one on unplugging for a day. Get off the internet. Although I'm very tempted to go do the genealogy today that I didn't get to do yesterday. But I am allowing myself an hour after I get off this to get my planning done for the week, to put in place what I need to get put in place for the week, to set my reminders, to get my calendars in sync, because sometimes I get a little out of whack. So this is my syncing day for my calendars. Get my electronic calendar and my paper calendar to make sure they say the same things. Get my to-do lists done for each day, because there'll be things that I have to do on certain days. Make sure that those things get done. So that's going to be the next hour as soon as I get off. So it's almost 9 o'clock. So by 10 o'clock, I will be unplugged, done. Although I really, really, really want to go do some genealogy. But no, we're gonna go do something different today. Find something different to do. And I showed you that big magazine the other day about the real Arizona. That thing was so full of ads about anything to do with horses. There was horse feed in there. There was hay. There was trailers. There was barns. There was all this stuff to do with livestock, and that but mainly centered around horses. And I was sort of like, okay, well, where's the articles about what things to see and do in the area? So I'm going to go find that information today. Maybe I'll go see if I can find a visitor center that's open so I can go in and grab some brochures and stuff so that Zephy and I can plan weekends to get out and do things. But, prep for your upcoming week. Go for a Sunday drive that's off the interstates and out of suburbia. Explore your area. Explore the next towns over. Go out for brunch. If you haven't already had breakfast, go out for brunch. Pack a picnic. Let's see, other things you can do today is like read a book, play games, watch a movie. Make sure you do some movement today. Get out and move. I've decided that every day I'm going to make sure that I'm doing some sort of movement. Okay, yes, I have to walk Zephy throughout the day. That's okay. But I've got to do something for me as well. Walking is really good exercise. But I've decided that I'm going to take time, take a break every hour from work if I can, just to get up for 5 minutes, stretch, walk around, maybe put some tunes on at that point and dance. And there's times that I'm sitting here and I'm dancing away as I'm responding to people on the help chat. Or if I'm working, I always have music going. I have to charge up my little speaker today because I think it's a little on the flat side. So we're going to charge this up today so that we can listen to some more music and stuff while working, because it sounds so much better coming out of this than it does out of, although I could put my headphones on because then that cuts out the noise from the air conditioner. So I could put my headphones on, the noise cancelling ones, and do it that way as well. But there's times I just want the music up and I want it loud so I can move around the RV. If I'm prepping lunch, if I'm getting a snack, if I'm, playing with Zephy or stuff, I want music on. So this is where this little thing, and this is really cool. I'm going to put a link in the description for this, but this is a really cool little Bluetooth speaker phone. iPhone. And so you can see how tall it is. It is rectangular, a triangle in shape. So it's long, you can see, and it's just sits in the palm of your hand. It's got the woofer on the underside here. It's got the speakers here.
It's 9 hours.
You got the controls on the end here for the plus, the minus, and the pause, and the play. And then under this little flap here, there's a little flap on the end here. There's a little power button right here. It even points. It's got a little arrow that points to the power button. Isn't that cool? And you open up the flap, and you've got 2 connections in there. I'm trying to get this so you guys can see it. Okay, so you've got your USB connection, and then you've got your direct connect from it's in direct connect to a thing like a computer with the 3mm jack. But this is a cool little speaker. It's very lightweight, but it puts out really, really good sound. And it's Bluetooth, so you can Bluetooth it to your laptop, you can Bluetooth it to the phone, or you can direct connect it with the little jack thing that's in here. But this little speaker is awesome. I'm going to put a link for it in the descriptions, and it was pretty cheap too. But it puts out some amazing sound. So I like to have this on instead of my noise cancelling headphones, although I do love my noise cancelling headphones, because when I'm on meetings and stuff, I can clearly hear people and I'm not having to fight the noise of the air conditioner. And when my second air conditioner arrives, that could end up being just as noisy as this one, and this is considered quiet. And I'm like, no, that one was quiet, because if we had the number one on, we could, which is the front one, if we had that on, we could sleep through the night. Putting this one on, there's very little sleep that you can have at night. So, but anyway, so get up, walk around, dance, put some tunes on, dance. I don't care if you can't dance, just do it anyway. If you're by yourself, dance like nobody's watching. Exactly. I love that saying, dance like nobody's watching. I mean, I have stood in lines at supermarkets with their music going and standing there and dancing next to the cart. I don't care. It's sort of like, it's me and my little world, and I'm happy. So get out, be adventurous. Take, even if you want to, have a nap for the days. Set some time, if you feel like having a nap, go have a nap. If you're watching TV and you fall asleep, who cares? But find stuff to do together. Go visit friends, family. Get out of the house if you can. Go do stuff. If you can't get out of the house, then do stuff that you don't normally do. But just get out, have fun today. Today's all about recharging and everything else. I got woken up at 4:30 by helicopters this morning. For 30 minutes, they were buzzing around overhead as they're doing a grid search, and they were not quiet. They were low flying. They did not have searchlights on, so I suspect they had infrared cameras, which would have been interesting because I would have seen a lot of people like waking up, sleeping, and all that sort of stuff. What was really funny is I got up to go to the bathroom and I have to turn the light on in the bathroom, and because it was dark. It's 4:30. It's dark. And I turned the light on in the bathroom, and I hear this helicopter turn around and come back and do another bypass overhead, and I'm like, really, guys? But by the time they actually flew overhead, the light was off and I was back in bed again. I guess they were just checking the area to make sure that whoever they were looking for, it wasn't them. They would have seen Zeffie's, if they were using infrared, they would have had Zeffie's body up there by the window watching them, because she was up on her bed on the dash looking out the window watching them. And she was and when she saw that I was up, she came trotting back and climbed back into bed with me. And we kind of slept. But when I woke up, she was gone again. So she was back at the windows, watching out the windows again. But anyway, have a super fantastic sparkling day. Go out, find something to do, unplug if you can. This will only get used today for taking photos, for maps to get me back to the campground, because we could end up anywhere. Who knows? If I'm driving, who knows where we'll end up. I do know I do have to go put gas in the car because we're still got we're above the quarter tank, about a third of a tank, but I want to make sure I've got a fresh full tank today before I head out, before we go on our little adventure. But yeah, we'll take snacks with us. I've got little Zeffie's little bag that's got treats in there and food and water and some toys and stuff, and maybe we'll go find a dog park for her to run around off the leash. And but this little miss, I gotta tell you, she is hilarious. I've got these really cool covers that screens that go on the back windows of the door, of the passenger's door at the back of the car, and it's really cool because it cuts down the UV light coming into the vehicle. But the cool part is the way it's set up, I can actually wind the windows down. And unfortunately, I was driving, and I so wish I could have got a picture of this, but it's the stretchy material. And I looking out my side mirror, checking my mirrors like I normally, and I can hear this like coming from the back. What the heck is going on? And I happen to look out my side mirror, and the fabric comes down, and there's this little point sticking out, and she had her nose pressed up against the fabric, and so would come down. There was this little dent where the screen was, where her nose was pressed up against it, and that was her smelling. I was cracking up laughing. I so wish I could have got a picture of it, but of course I'm driving. It's in the little side mirror. I would have had to figure around with the phone to zoom in and all of that sort of stuff. But it was hilarious. You got this beautiful smooth black and this little pointy bit sticking out. So she's now got to the thing where we get in the car last night and we're driving along, and she starts whining and pacing up and down the back. And I'm like, what the heck? And she goes and stands at the window and starts whining. And I'm like, oh my gosh, she wants the window down. So I put the window down for her, and then it was like about 5 minutes later, I start hearing this noise and looking out my side mirror and seeing her nose pushed out on the fabric. But we'll show you that. I'll do a video later on of that stuff because it's really cool, and she seems to enjoy it, and it keeps her safe, and it means that she can have the window down and not worry about anything flying into the window and hitting, flying through the open window, or her getting stuff in her eyes as we're driving as well. So it's a good safety thing for her as well. But we can get the breeze going in the back of the car. But anyway, that's it from me. I've run on long enough. It's now 9:06, so I'm going to go and spend an hour doing my prep for the week and trying to stay off genealogy. But I have this really strong urge to go look for something. But I know if I start on that, it could be 4 hours before we leave here, or longer, or we may not leave at all. So anyway, have a super fantastic sparkling Sunday, Serenity Sunday. Let us know in the comments below some of the things that you get up to today, because we'd love to come up with more ideas on things that we can go out and do as part of our Serenity Sunday. And oh, my screen time was down 17% from last week. I like this. My around this time every Sunday, this little thing pops up and tells me about my usage on my screen time. So my screen time was down 17% from last week. It was like, yes. Anyway, have a super fantastic sparkling Serenity Sunday. Let us know what you get up to today that helps you relax, gets you out of the house doing something different. Maybe even go visit a friend today or two. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, have a super fantastic sparkling day, and we'll catch you guys later on. Hei konera.